Okay, welcome to this tutorial. What I'm going to do is just run through a little bit of an introduction on the Smartboard Notebook program. There's several different ways to launch the program. The first way would be to come over here to your Quick Launch toolbar and click on this little blue icon here. What we're going to do for now is actually put that Quick Launch toolbar in, and we're going to go launch it from the Start program just so you know what's out on there. So it's just Start, scroll to find the Smart Technologies folder, Smart Notebook 10. Click that, and then it takes it a second to open up. So we'll just wait while this opens up. The Smart Notebook program is very cool, and today what we're going to do is I'm just going to introduce you to the pages. You can imagine the whole Smart Notebook program sort of like you would a PowerPoint project. However, every slide can be interacted with. So as you see, as we come up here, we have the Welcome to Notebook software. You could open up a new notebook file. If you do that, it's just going to open up another notebook file on top of the notebook file that already opened up. So it's kind of a glitch. It starts off with two notebooks. You could have just canceled that last page. So what we're going to do right now is just close one of those. We're just going to work with one notebook. All right, I maximized it so we could see the whole thing. Because you can see here, this white section right here is kind of the palette. Imagine this as a slide, if you will, on a PowerPoint. Now over here is your page viewer, your page scroller, your page finder. It's sort of like you could look like at all your slides in PowerPoint. There's a couple things with this that I'm going to talk to you about later, about groups and things like that that you can do. But for right now, just remember that each page is sort of like a PowerPoint slide. Just to get started here, I want to talk to you a little bit more about that. Let's just throw something up on here real quick so I can show you a little bit how this works and a little bit why you'd want it to work like this. Let's just say I throw up a normal little oval shape on here. Okay, so on this first page, I have this little oval shape. Now, let's say I were to come up here and click this add page. You see the second little page adds here, and it loaded up here. So if I were to come up here and just add a different object, now I've got two different objects. So, much like a PowerPoint, if I come in here, I have that on the first slide, that on the second slide. Pretty easy, okay? And this is a full screen view, and that other button I clicked was just a go back to nothing screen view. For now, we're going to delete the second page by clicking on it and pressing the delete button on our keyboard. And I'm going to show you sort of what it means to interact with a single page. So keep in mind that the difference between this and a PowerPoint slide is that this is completely interactable. All right, so what we're going to do here is click on this little tool here so we can select this box and delete it. All right, this is sort of like a mixture between a Photoshop, an interactive After Effects, and PowerPoint. These little tools up here are what you're going to click to get what you want down here. This is the selection tool, the pen tool, the creative pen tool, the eraser tool, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you're sitting down at a computer to create a project that you're going to take into a class, you'll obviously be using a keyboard and mouse interface like I am now. If you're in the classroom, you'll probably be using the Smartboard interface, which means the touch interface. As you'll see, the touch interface can do some really cool things. But what I'm going to do right now is show you how we could do a small Venn diagram, just using some shapes. So let's say, if you remember a Venn diagram, let's just say you wanted to come in here and make a Venn diagram. So you want three different circles. If we click here, this is a circle tool. As you can tell, this is going to make a perfect circle. And I just grab that, I put it there. We're going to need three of them. So let's make three of them, probably rough to equal in size. Okay? Now, if I'm trying to teach to kids the concept of a Venn diagram, I would probably want to set this up before I went in. I'd want to have three separate circles, all ready to go. Okay? And now what I'm going to want to do is either fill these in or just leave them blank like this. But let's say for now that I just left them blank. Actually, you know what? No, let me show you how to fill them in. You just come up here and you click the little paint bucket tool, and then you've got these little patterns over here that you can do. You can do a solid fill, a gradient fill, a pattern fill, or an image fill. for now we're just going to do a solid fill. And right now you can see it's saying no fill, so you need to pick a color. We're going to pick 3 different colors and do these 3 different ways. You can also set the object's transparency. You want to do this before you fill the bucket. So let's say that we want these to all be sort of half transparency here. The first one we'll make green, the second one we'll make red, and the third one we'll make blue. All right, so we have our 3 different circles here. Now, what this would be cool for is, I'm going to come back up here and hit the select tool and then this little page finder tab. What this would be cool for is that I would already have these 3 circles set up. So whenever I went into the classroom and I hit my full screen, I could then use the touch pad to be like, okay kids, here's what a Venn diagram is like. First you have 3 separate circles, then you take the first one and you move it down, and then you take the second one, you kind of move it up in there, and the third one, and you move it up in there, just like that. And so this would be able to, of course, give them the concept of the areas that these share, and the areas that this has by itself, and the areas that all 3 share, and all of that stuff. But you can see that you can use the kind of graphic interface to put this into your classroom. Now, if I had another page, I would just click here, next page, and it would go to the next page where I already had a different lesson set up, say math tables or whatever. But that's how you would do that. You can get out of this view by simply hitting the exit full screen view, set up the next page. All right, there's some basics, and we'll do more on the next tutorial.